It's a lot of money.
He's gonna tell his back
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
So I gotta get something out.
Yeah,
Put it
yeah,
in this
yeah.
budget year.
There's the guy over there.
Do y'all stand for the pledge, please? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You read the first one though? Or you want me?
Morning, good morning, yes. Yes, good evening, whatever, where are we, evening? Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting, it was held on October 8th?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Okay.
As well as the public hearing and special board
Oh,
meeting.
yes, on the 29th of October 2024. Can I get a motion for that as well?
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve the financial statements for the month of October 2024?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, we have one guest tonight, Laura Lewis. Hi, how are you?
I was just wondering how the easement's going with Mrs. Goss. She'll be here in a little while. Because I think they were gonna start working on that, at least uncovering the 3-foot
We,
drain.
I believe we have it all drafted up.
I submitted a draft 2 weeks ago to supervisor. I had a comment or two, that being, I wanted the board's consideration and the sewer department's consideration of the fact that it is an access easement. By that I mean it gives the town the right to go in, but it does not relieve the property owner of their primary obligation to maintain what's happening on their own properties. That's been circulated, it was on the 31st. It is a 2-page document, and the other thing that I had requested is, I have no diagram of the easement area that's proposed. Typically like, at least when there's a line of some sort, a 12 to a 15-foot width to allow equipment on either side, depending upon what we're doing. Doesn't have to be a map, but some sort of a sketch diagram as an exhibit. Those are my 2 comments, and it was presented. So if somebody can get back to me, we can move that forward.
What did you say you sent it to him?
Well, it's dropped in the mail on the 31st.
31st, and we haven't heard that.
I have not.
And that easement is only to maintain it?
It is an access easement. It gives us the right to go in and maintain, but it does not obligate us to take over maintenance from the property owners.
This allows us on the property when we need to. Just what we talked about.
Right, because you guys said that you keep it cleaned out. And Mrs. Gus is coming, she just took that. I just want to try to get this moved along for the 3 people that it affects, because I don't want the snow to come and melt and then cause what happened before to the road, to Mrs. Gus's property and all that. So that drain or whatever it is, that's under what, 3 foot, you said at least? That really needs to be done. This is our 4th meeting, so that means 4 months. We've been trying to get it taken care of one way or the other. And I mean, if that was sent out, I mean, today is what, the 12th? You should have had it by now. You should have responded by now.
I don't necessarily agree. I have other opinions on the easement, which I've expressed to the board at least one prior occasion. I believe the town is in the business of taking over maintenance as a choice by the board, but it's contrary to council's recommendation, because once you undertake a liability. So its discussion is not, in my opinion, is as simple as you would like it to be. I appreciate where everybody's coming from. I'm the draftsman. I am not the decision maker.
So would you say that we just need a drafted up, like, plot of what's to be maintained, maybe something Wayne.
Something that anybody 20 years from now looks at to discern the area that's being invaded or worked upon, because we will all be gone, and I'll speak for myself, I won't remember what we talked about, I'm not as young as some of you guys, but, you know, so we all know where we're going to do the work. And my opinion usually is we're working on water lines, whatever your equipment is, so you can get on either side of it without doing damage to somebody else's property.
And that's the two drains, right? The one by the road and
Yeah,
the
just do
one
a 20
between.
foot, if we're gonna use it, then you can draw the line and mark it out, that's,
Because even the one by the road across the street, I mean, because the water just keeps going in there, and then you guys have to take that thing off and all, I mean, when you take it off, there's a lot of stuff
well,
on there.
that's already in the town right away, so they don't need an easement for that.
They don't need
They
to,
just need
so
the
you
easement
just
coming
need
from that tree line to where that.
to where that other one is. And then, because the one that's by the road, it's like the dirt is washing right down, I mean, it's just like ice.
Yeah, that's.
And I know that they said they were gonna be working on it, and nothing's been done, I feel like they're just dragging.
As soon as they get whatever they gotta do done,
They
they're gonna take care of it, so.
So Wayne,
I just,
do you have to get a drawing to JC to get to you, Mr. Hale?
So they can send it to me directly, I'll revise the,
he can do
the
it.
easement
tomorrow.
with-
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, give it to me, I'll send it over.
okay,
until that Thursday at night.
okay, oh, all right.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So we'll get that, Wayne will get that to Mike will get it to Mr. Hale, and then we'll do what we have to do. I'll speak with Mr. Christian tomorrow.
Okay, and they mentioned at one of the other meetings about the town engineer was involved in this.
Yeah, there was some correspondence back and forth,
Did he give any of his recommendations or anything?
I don't know what his
Is
recommendations
anything in
were.
writing? It just seems like.
Yeah, there's some stuff in writing, I just don't have it, because
Can we get, can the homeowners, the three, get a copy of that? Can you mail
I'm sure
them
that
a
probably
copy of
get.
it?
when it becomes final action, you're entitled to a copy of it. Until then, it's an opinion between the town board. And the other answer, I haven't had any interaction with Mr.
Air.
Air, I haven't seen the diagram. I would prefer to wait till I see the diagram and have a conversation with Mr. Air before I do that. It's just a matter of practice with me.
Okay, and then once we get that, and it's, then,
Well, once it's a final agency action, you're entitled to it, absolutely.
okay.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Can I get a resolution to accept the intermunicipal agreement with the town of Paris and the Oneida County Sewer District?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is something,
We have the craft fair that's coming up on the 23rd and 24th from 10 to 4 at the school, and also in the building as well, down here. And we also just have a couple resolutions to pass as well. We have a resolution to amend resolution number 74 of 2024 of the amount of $48,612.97 from the approved amount of $46,080, a total difference of $2,532.97 pertaining to the T&L paving of Greens Crossing Road.
So you guys approved,
Yep,
for the amount of $46.80, it ended up coming up to $2,500 more, basically, so.
so we have to get a resolution for that.
Was there a reason, Mike, they ran into something, or?
I don't know what the real deal is, I think it was when
I was
Jimmy
told-
left and he came on,
Yeah,
it was
I was
missing.
told we had $50,000 and not a dime more to spend, that's all I was told. So I told the pavement foreman, this is what you got to put down, I wasn't aware of all this number and stuff, so.
Yeah.
That's why it's what it is.
I'll make the resolution.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is it? Do you have any,
We can do the resolution to replace the fire panel. We had an inspection and the guy inspected it, he passed us, he didn't really want to, because the alarm went off, but then as it was going through the alarm, it was like dying out. So we've had issues with that panel, and so we got a quote, state contract to have it fixed, and the money would come out of ARPA funds, so.
Okay.
So we need a resolution for that.
Okay, what, did you give us?
You need a resolution for that?
Yeah, just a resolution, to have the fire panel replaced.
Oh, I didn't see that one, I skipped right over it, I'm sorry,
It's okay.
All right, I'll make that
Okay.
motion.
for 7,200.
Right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, anyone opposed?
Did you second it, Dean?
Yes.
Thanks.
I didn't see that
And then, I think just transfers,
The Humane Society one too.
we're gonna skip that,
Oh,
because I read today that New Hartford is gonna open up one, and so we don't need to have this until next year, so if I get a little more information, maybe we can get on with them, but if not, we'll pass it next month.
What some of the towns are doing is we're signing up for 1 year. If you read the terms of the sheltering agreement, they're only required to take and we're only obligated to pay for what we call them on and approve. So should New Hartford go online and they don't have a date,
Yeah.
there's nothing that says if we enter this agreement that you have to send anything or pay.
Well, okay, so we can
You
stop
could-
using them,
You could stop using them without breaching the agreement.
and we'd still have a backup.
You could,
There you go.
so, and that doesn't have to be voted on at this meeting, but I'm just telling you how it's being handled outside this.
Okay, let's do some transfers here. Transfer from Highway DA, 14,000 from Highway DA 5142.4. Snow removal contractual to DA 5130.4, to machinery contractual. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make the motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And for the water district for Sequoia, can I get a transfer of $1,348.60 from?
$1,384.60.
You know what I said? Okay, I'm sorry. SW 8310.2, water administration equipment to SW 8310.1, water administration personnel services.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed? Okay. Okay, Michael,
Alright, so, speed changes came back from the state. There's 3 of them actually. So they approved, one came back a little different than we expected. So, 30 miles an hour on Holman City Road between Church Road and Route 8. And we got 40 miles an hour in Holman City between Route 8 and Oneida Street. And then 30 miles an hour on Summit Road from Davis Road to Brennan Road. Those are what have been set, and the state sent this what it is. I imagine the signs have already been changed.
Yep.
All right, so then we have to open some ice control bids, which we only received one. This is for the sand that goes on the road. We received one today from Barrett. Price is $12.20 per ton picked up by the town. Don't exactly remember what it was last year.
Wayne, there's only one company that does that?
Well, there is more than one, but probably it's the product.
The only one that can compete.
Okay.
Do you remember what it was last year?
I thought it was the same,
It should be the same.
but that's what it said.
Not that we even need it.
Does Ladner say that?
No, no,
Or is it sand or salt?
it's stone, it's stone dust. Well, they said.
Oh, the stone.
So if
So,
Wayne's good with that number, you guys can approve it. 12.20 per ton picked up by the ton.
I approve that.
Motion to accept the bid?
You need a motion?
Yep.
All right, I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
That's everything I have, unless anybody has questions for me.
Gina?
Okay, Leisure Valley Noble Park, they have gone by, there's, letters went out and there's a date set up with the Department of Health that we're going back there to see if there's any progress on the cleanup of that park. So that's been set for next week with the Department of Health. MS4, the Mohawk Valley Coalition, I'm going to that meeting on the 19th, and a 4-hour training for a webinar on construction, the overview, and post-construction sites and street sweeping. I'm signed up for that on December 3rd. And the comp plan update, I gave everybody updated comp plan that committee worked on and from the survey. So what we're asking, now that you have the update, if you'll review that, but we'd like a recommendation to also give it to planning and zoning board to review. And we'd like that back, ASAP. So once that gets reviewed and if there's any changes or any comments, then we send it to 239 review to county and seeker. Once that comes back, then we can schedule the public hearing and stuff and have a public hearing for adoption and stuff. So we'd like to have a motion from you guys, and I gave you a copy of it so you can read it, to give it to ZBA and planning board to review also for comment.
Okay. You need a motion for that?
Yeah.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
And then the Association of Towns, Oneida County Association of Towns dinner is November 21st. Anybody's interested, I need the account. It's at Michael T's. And Tony Pesenti is going to be the guest speaker on any new mandates and stuff for the county and all that. So just let me know on that. I think that's it.
Wayne or Joe, do you guys have anything? You guys want executive, Mr. Harris? No? Okay. Can I get a motion to pay the vouchers?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Can I get a motion to close the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Second? All in favor? Okay. That's all we have. Thank you.